Look how beautiful Florence we are. Now we can go ahead and form Tuscany. Yay, we've got the ugly color now. I have half of base tax of Egypt for some reason. Let's see how it goes. Obviously we play as Florence, we've got a player on Naples, there's a player on Venice, there's a player of Milan, there's a player on Genoa, there's Aragon already here, kinda Savoy's partly in Italy, and so is Austria. How's your Florence game doing? Are you past disaster ready? Why would I go for the disaster when you can stop it? No disaster. Yeah, I just don't have to go with by keeping high stability. We are also in the middle of the Black Death. It's actually around the end for us. Last month, the 58,000. We lost 131,000 to the Bublonik Black. We'll probably still lose like 80k or so. The only thing that I think I could do on top of what I did so far was, I think, segregate the infected. Right, which gives 15% disease resistance. Which also puts me below 30 of stability, so the disaster is gonna start loading again. So have to tax these guys a bit less, but that's after the monthly, after the disaster updates. We anyway make a lot of money. So I'm gonna increase spending on the stability to get it high faster. Plenty of money from taxes. That's why I also don't want to isolate the cities, because that takes 40 years stability, and stability is the satisfaction per promotion speed, two key things, and what is more important, when you have negative stability, which I would get to, also the estate satisfaction drops even more when you gain by being at positive one. So you don't want to have a negative stability. So it tax a lot. I actually have one of the highest incomes. Just look. That Florence is in like what, top 15 of incomes, even though I'm the smallest out of these guys, except Papal State. But of course, Papal State have the payments from the clergy around the world. You see, we expanded nicely. All of this is ours. I'm finishing integrating all of this lands is 40, 40, and 70%. We also have a few subjects. One here, another one. I think I have 3, right? Piombino here. Gubbio here and Cortona over here, and I will keep expanding following the border deals we have with the other players. In general, our speed 2 is much lower than the speed 2 of a normal MP game with like you have few people, and that's because we have so many players. And you know how they change the MP is that it's not everything on the PC of the host anymore like it was in EU4. Instead, it's on all of the PCs at the same time. Which means if there's a slow PC somewhere, you're fucked. And it's slowing down everyone. If there are a few, it's even worse. Yeah, there goes the Kyompi Revolt. Let's stop taxing these guys as much as I did for now until I get the stability. Even though the Black that hit us, you see the base tax didn't really decrease because I'm scaling in the meantime. Also building roads around the capital, not for India, but around here to increase the control. So proximity is great, just the control is still taking time to increase. Like you see here, equilibrium is 61, even though it's not a core yet. I'll be steadily working on that, but for now, all of these guys are... these two guys are coring, this guy's working on increasing control. What if I attack Perugia? Yeah, we'll get Prato into the war, which we want. And Volterra. Yeah, Perugia is the perfect goal. Actually, I should build Sergeantry. Buildings. Sir... I don't have Sergeantry building? Is it only for the monarchies, guys? There's a city guard instead, so I guess that's kind of Sergeantry for the republics. And I want that, because even if we build one regiment of an army, that does nothing, but assign a ruler to it, we will be getting, that's a new one, prestige, and also associated value towards land. I think that's gonna be fine to get these guys as subjects and this lands for myself. Let's separate piece these guys one by one. You become vassal. Let's just make sure that I take the reps before pissing out.
Bogus that need to repopulate.
So
alright, Black Death gone. Alright, we are reopening the cities. Let's go.
So this way I get less antagonists for these locations. So these guys. So these guys. Separate piece these guys now. I have to separate piece Volterra as well. But I piece up these guys as well. Both of them my subjects. And finally Perugia. Just take the lands directly. Look how beautiful Florence we are. We now also have 6 subjects. Now we can go ahead and form Tuscany. Yay, we've got the ugly color now. Why is he at war with France? Is Tuscany as a player or he left? Oh, that's AI now. Okay, I have to be aware of that so he doesn't attack me. Can we get more of this so we can trade it? It's not that much of both tin. Looks like we lack it in the market. Can build one. Just start building bridges. Bridges, my friends, give proximity cost, and I can afford it now. Oh, look. Why is Bestia having 2137 of units of people in that army? Okay, so now we can start going for Age of Renaissance advances. By default, you have this whole tree. I hate that last patch changes, like you either are too zoomed in or too zoomed out. Let's go for the army morale here. Peasant levy and our unique levies. Army initiative, non-cultural levy size, and levy size. Another army morale. Let's just pause here for now. This base tax is so low, what the hell? 160. It's like crucially, I have half of base tax of Egypt for some reason. Well, this Mamluks are not doing too well, but that's a new player. The play map mode, yeah, I don't see the whole world, you know, but there you go. Is France still allied to Castile and Aragon? Oh, he's not anymore. These guys are also not allied. I think they're just all saving the depot capacity. It costed a lot, and they have subjects. Oh, a state is the Claris building library. Love it. See, when loyalty of estates below 50, you be sure that they will build their own buildings, which usually increase the food usage and influence. When it's between 50 and 80, they're gonna have an increased chance of higher loyalty to get you something positive, but still can build something their own. And when it's over 80, you'll be sure that all the buildings that they'll be investing in will be positive ones. Like, you see, clergy, it's cost 80 and they've built a library for us. No, you don't need to make every province a road, that's a waste of money. Because, look, for example, you don't need a road from Città di Castello to Perugia, because you've got proximity costs from going downstream along the river, which is minus 30 of proximity cost, while road gives you 20. It's a waste of money, at least until you get 3 levels higher road. Well, yeah, my general proximity to the country is awesome. But yeah, we are doing really nice with the base tax.
Say otherwise, you're wrong.
So you have almost the same as two Sicilies that has 3 times my population. Yeah, I don't really have problem with antagonism, because these guys are subjects of Milan. Milan is a player. You don't have to do that, you know that. I don't need your money. Look how much base tax I have. Look how much you have. Just invest into your own lands, please. I don't want to be in your debt.
No, give me the debt, man. Give it to me, man.
Oh, you can give it to Milan. Pretty much every institution is 0.05 of research progress. So if it's so cheap like here, just take it. Ideally, if you go for a play where you have a lot of subjects, you want to have both fiefdoms and vassals, because the calculation for the subject's strength versus yours is separate for the fiefdoms and separate for the vassals. But in general, you want to have more fiefdoms because they have your ruler as their leader, as the ruler, which means they'll be likely to get a parliament issue that gives improved stats for the ruler. That's why in my Polish campaign, if you watched it, every single of my rulers ends at 100 of stats, max of every single one of them. It's all about you. If you want to build in our towns, just click here to remove the market filter. There you go, we can build in any location, not by split by market. But by default you want to build by market because the prices for goods and demand for the goods are different by the market. But if you are, getting some buildings that are more default, like a marketplace, you can just click must build here. And if you prefer a market, you can search by the market. Employment option, you should look at what it gives actually here. Normally, in major of the cases, you will want the capital economy, societal value. Actually, I should be also thinking about it. Thanks for reminding me about that. Let's change the employment system to most profitable first. As you see, it gives progress towards capital and economy, but also making sure that when you're missing people in the buildings, you get the profitable buildings filled first. Could get some settlements in the rural locations. as it creates not only population growth but also some demand for the goods in the market. Is building town citizens on food locations bad? Yes and no. I mean, if you have already an insane amount of the food in your country, it's fine to build towns and cities on the food locations. But if you don't have too much of a food, you want to have like big centers of food in your country. Like, you know, you invest not only into the RGO, even though it doesn't break you much income, but also you invest into infrastructure. You know, more base tax, also more taxing from the states. We are starting the session with 25 taxation from all the states combined. You see right now at like what, 34, 35, almost 40 ducats, around 40 ducats of taxes from the states. Somebody said that my base tax is higher than French. Indeed it is. Oh, is it? No, not anymore. Yeah, France has slightly higher base tax than us. I have base tax same as Hungary as well. Bohemia has higher. Poland. Yeah, I have higher than Poland. I have one of the highest base taxes. I love it. Even higher than Eastern Roman Empire. Castile? Yeah, it has higher. Aragon? Yeah, I mean, Florence is pretty strong. Ooh. How old is he? It looks like I'm gonna be re-electing a certain guy. Let's see around the world. Big Mali. Some players are still loading, so the players map won't show that much. Novgorod, Lithuania, Poland, Moscow, Sweden, Norway. I don't think Denmark is a player. Brandenburg, Bohemia, Hungary. These three guys are players. So is the Mamluks, these guys. Khmer is a player. Oh, great, you are nobles. Oh, Sunda is a player for sure. Okay, culture, right? We wanted to accept something, a million. So it's 0.98 of capacity. I actually don't have that much capacity. What am I spending it on? Oh yeah, a million is tolerated already. This one is actually though more like people that I will have in the country. It's 0.6. Yeah, I would be having enough, but a million is very little. I'm not going north. This is gonna be much more worth it. Because I'm about to state all this. I should release subjects. We need to get out of this war. To release subjects around here. How about we for now just tolerate median? So is this my actual population growth? Let's see. If it is, it's really strong. Remember we had like less than 1,000 a while ago. Now with the settlements, definitely it should be higher. Oh, Rimini is allied to Urbina, so I can just take care of these two guys with the next parliament, but the next parliament is in 5 years. Burghers are loyal, so it's fine. And we should keep that ruler as it is. See, his stats are great. Yeah, wool is food, look. See? 5. And that's quite a lot, actually. This is 2 cities already. I could use this to just conquer lands. We should get more of the... Gupiu doesn't have... Oh, how about Pistoia? It's the least useful. I mean, it's fine, people will get updated to laborers. This is wet. Also not so many available. Livestock. Oh, Perugia has available people. So I'm already... Genoa, you're not gonna be happy about that. I'm saving money to produce more food to be able to create my markets. Yeah, stability is so-so. But we have too many players. But now it's decreased to 42 already.
Like what's your monthly?
163.
Oh, I have 164. I'm so...
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've heard that it's very stable, 30 players. We started with 60-ish. Why is Wallachia dying to AI Bulgaria? Oh, Hungary is helping AI Bulgaria. What the hell?
What happened to Bulgaria in the first place?
The player couldn't join today. But why is Hungary helping AI?
Well, I guess there you have it. The Byzantines are stronger than the Ottomans.
Well, Ottomans didn't come today. That's another thing.
So when are we getting revenge on the Aragonese?
Well, now it should be easier. He allied Pope. So if I attack Pope and he joins, we can go get back Corsica.
A great day.
I mean, the naval landing is pretty fast, so it's more like if he's not prepared, you just need transports. Does he have forts there? Let's see that first. No forts. So you occupy province, you get food. No problem.
I noticed that it's very, very hard to actually invade a country that is not on your border.
It's not that hard. I was actually playing today single player, Aragon, and I could invade Tlemcen. Oh.
Well, that was not 100 years. It was like 25.
Definitely, we don't want to fight Tunis, because when I fought AI Tunis today, as Aragon, I noticed that he has levies with cavalry of regiment size of 500, which are doing 4-1 losses. River map mode is a secret knowledge. It's only for the followers of the channel. Since you're following, because you could chat, I can share that with you. I don't know why it is not in the map mode. You'll not find it anywhere here. You have to go to settings, interface, import bindings. You have to scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll, 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 and you find rivers. And you have to bind it. A specific key. For some reason they made it hidden. So I have it on the number 1 numlock. That's crazy, right? That's one of the most useful map modes, but it's hidden like that. Shout out to Journalist Gaming. He was the one that found the map mode in May. Oh, now France is gonna get so much money from Schism. Where else do we have food? There's some wet here, but there's no irrigation, and they don't have enough control really. That wool is also a choice. Two locations of high control. But there's no irrigation I could do in this too, right? Oh, is this a wool? No, that's cotton. This is improved to the maximum. I could improve this a little bit as I get money. And I think that's everything being already integrated. There's nothing else. So you instead go ahead and assimilate. While you and go and continue coring. So I don't have to spend stability changing the cabinet members. Yeah, the arrows is actually non-existent. Doesn't work. But if you want to see like if the river is going downstream or upstream, you go to the proximity map mode. You go to the location next by. You go to proximity here, and hover here. You see between these two there's not even a river, or it's going actually downstream. If I go here, there's probably just no river there. Hover here, over here. Also road. Upstream gives you 10%. Downstream gives you 30%, right? So for example, if we went here to Prato now, that should be downstream. See, there it goes, minus 30. Here it is showing instead, even though this river is showing me the gravel road instead, because it's taking advantage, right? It's minus 20, upstream is minus 10. But here's the start of another river. Indeed, going to the sea. From Perugia, Città di Castello to Perugia, you see this again. Proximity cost also going downstream, minus 30. It's so goddamn OP, only have 10 proximity costs going downstream. But yeah, Italy is very weak in that matter. See how many rivers there are in Europe? There are two regions that are very poor in that regard, and that's Italy and that's British Isles. We only have 3 rivers no, 3 rivers technically in Italy, right? One here, and this double river here, triple river here, right? But they all go to the same locations. Can definitely spend less on this. Just spend enough to not be over the limit. Who's taking so much of the limit? Yeah, the defensive league within some subjects. So could I just start annexing these guys if I improve relations? They keep improving this, like what ruler stats impact, because 2 patches ago, like 1.04 I think they added, or 0.5 they added proximity cost impact of the ruler stats, and I think the next patch is supposed to impact the nobility ability, the diplomatic ability impact on subjects. I think loyalty or whatever. I didn't actually check how is the simulation going, but it looks like it's going fast. Not that fast actually, we need more cultural influence. So you know what, let's park it for now, before we build more libraries. And instead, so control is good. Instead,
right. I managed to get Bohemia to give me the
develop Florence. And now whatever money we get, we invest that into libraries. Because what libraries do, Like, remember, before you
Also,
even try
Bohemia,
assimilating
Venice, and
anyone,
Poland are, like,
you need to
cold
get
dots.
libraries, because that gives cultural influence. And now when you try to convert anything, it's gonna not show anymore, but it's showing here. You see one of the, and that's one on the bottom, Tuscan cultural influence versus Emilian cultural tradition. There's gonna be a calculation between -50 plus 50 that you're gonna get from this. So see, for example, here, my cultural influence, can I check it? My cultural influence is 62, the cultural tradition is 73. So because the tradition is higher than my influence, it slows down my assimilation, right? And if I get a high influence in the tradition, that would speed up my assimilation. And the main source, especially in early game, is the libraries. I have 3 of them, I need more. Milan will consider that over time, but remember, tradition is separate to influence. So if I build libraries, this might increase faster than his tradition. Right? Because source of tradition, can I even check it? It should be here, right? Tradition. You see, there's no source of cultural tradition from the buildings in early game. There will be later on, but they're none. That's why it's easier to increase your cultural influence. So changing the decentralization towards decentralization slowly, still towards decentralization. Developing Florence now, that's also another like kind of hidden modifier development. It actually impacts your proximity. So for example, you see when you have a calculation of proximity from Florence to
choose new rivals, and I clicked on Venice, and that kicks me out of the thing, so I had to remove it.
You see one of the things that impacts it.
I can only choose Venice or Naples, and
that's, I think that's 5th of development. So you divide this number 37 by 5, and then you get the proximity impact from location to location. Up until patch October 22, so a month ago, the calculation was
what the hell?
16th of October. The calculation was 1-to-1. One development was 1 proximity cost. And I've been crying so much that it is too OP that they nerfed it to 1/5, which I love because it was really too strong. I managed to get
actually,
average of 95 control in India by 1700 with the old development system. And that was without railroads. With railroads, I would have 100 everywhere. Oh, there's a problem in France. There's France in the nobles. Let's actually check that save file in pdx.tools. So you can check stuff like development. You have 700. France, 2.6 thousand. 617 Milan, 316 Genoa, 718 Venice, 2000. I mean, development is more like dependent on the amount of locations, to be honest. RGO size is not as much. We have 79, 91, 58, 63. Just much more. Building levels: 250, 300, 216, 190. 180, that's the revolt. France has 400. 317. Possible tax, 163. Yeah, will look good. Set of religions. Political map modes. Beautiful France, I love it. That's how France should look like. Of course, there are in general, limited options in PDX tools for now. They'll be adding more, as you see here. Our average control is 63, which is not bad. Like, for example, Aragon has 40. These guys are even bigger, so it's even harder. Same here. John has 64, which is the same. So is Milan, 59. Venice has pretty low, 37. That's, for example, my Poland campaign. Look, that I've got 13,000 development. For example, France has 13,000. RGO level, I have 3.6 thousand RGO. AI is low RGO, so France has 3,000. Castile has 1.4 thousand. Hungary has 1.6 thousand. But buildings levels, I have almost 10,000. Bohemia 3.6. 3,000 from Hungary. 6,000 from France. Possible tax, I have 9.2. These guys have 7. These guys have 2. Yeah, you kind of see lots of stuff here already. Like how the formation looks like, for example.